There was no real significance in my Jewish education going there, except for there was one guy who did a talk on the Baal Shem Tov. This is the only thing I remember that I think is worth repeating. But I was about 12 or 13, and this guy came in, and he was very charismatic. He was Israeli, and he was great. He did this talk about this. I don't know if it was Baal Shem Tov himself in his story, or if it was someone who was like the Baal Shem Tov who talked to God and said, God, can I meet my roommate in heaven? I've been such a good rabbi. And God's like, are you sure? And Rabbi's like, yeah. And God's like, all right, you can meet him, but he might not be what you expect. And so the rabbi travels into the forests, and he gets to this house. It's this dirty shack. It's run down, and the rabbi comes in and he meets his roommate, and the roommate's this huge fat guy who doesn't keep kosher, and, has a long mustache and a non-kosher beard, no payas, all this stuff, and he eats all the time. He eats, he doesn't say the blessing before he eats unkosher meat, and he just eats and eats and eats and eats. And, the rabbi is just so uncomfortable all week. He's so pissed off. He's like, God, is this a joke? You cannot tell me this is my roommate. Oh my gosh, I'm going to leave. And then before he leaves, he asks the guy, he's like, why do you eat all the time? And the guy tells him, well, when I was younger, my father, it was this I think it was some Yiddish name for someone who sells, I don't know, like something. And his father was really poor, so he wore rags, and the Cossacks found him and beat him up, and while they were killing him, they said, oh, you dirty Jew, you're such a rag. And his father said, no, I may wear rags, but I am not a rag. And then his father died, and this guy, he's like, and I managed to escape. I'm sorry, the narrator's coming in and out of this story. I'm trying to remember it as I tell it. But basically, the guy said to the Baal Shem Tov, I eat all the time, so if the Cossacks ever come back and they try to kill me and beat me, that their wound will burst off the flesh of my skin, jump into the sky, reach to all four corners of the world, and in the sky, every single person will see who we really are. That that the Jewish people are not rags. We are who we are, and we're full of light. And so, Rabbi, that's why I eat. And then the Baal Shem Tov leaves, and he says, thank you, God, for letting me be able to meet this person on earth. And I feel so privileged that he's my roommate, but I don't know what I've done to earn his companionship in heaven or something. So that really resonated with me. That it basically meant that, if you're secular, you're just as Jewish too. Because, if it's in your heart.